Hello guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, this story I'm about to tell you occurred in Willingboro, New Jersey. Shout out Willingboro, right up the street from where I'm from, Camden, New Jersey. Shout out CMD. And this right here is a tragic story of domestic abuse. And that's one of the things we talk about on this channel. And I can remember when I was younger, nothing really happened in Willingboro like that as far as bad things. I mean, Willingboro was known for high school track, kids that could run, and having drop dead gorgeous women out there. But I seen this story and I was like, man, Willingboro has changed evidently since the last time I was there as a kid. But it's about this guy up here, this piece of trash. His name is Junior Edwards, 37-year-old man. Think you would know better. Last Thursday it was reported of a home invasion, supposedly, the way it was said, in which somebody bust through the side window of the first floor house and killed both this woman here. The older woman is Marisol Nunez, age 54. May she rest in peace. Same with her daughter, Catherine Nunez, age 33. Junior Edwards is the baby daddy of Catherine Nunez's son. Something happened. This guy went over there and took the life of both of these women. Shot them to death. Take a look at the story of what they got so far, and we'll come back and talk about it like we always do.
A heartbreaking story developing out of Burlington County. A mother and daughter shot and killed inside their home in Willingboro. 37-year-old Junior Edwards of Lansdowne now facing charges for their murders. And tonight we're learning more about the suspected gunman and his connection to the victims. This is the news at 10. I'm Dawn Timoney. A vigil held tonight in remembrance of that mother and daughter. And Jen, you were there. Certainly an emotional evening for that entire neighborhood.
Incredibly emotional. Family members were also present and say Catherine and Marisol Nunez were the epitome of goodness. We also learned Catherine shared a son with the suspect and in recent months said that she was afraid for her safety.
I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it. Heartbroken. Really heartbroken.
Family members traveled from New York and as far away as Dominican Republic to attend this candlelight vigil in Willingboro, honoring Marisol and Catherine Nunez.
We're here to wrap our arms around you and say that we love you.
The family says the 54-year-old mother, Marisol, would travel from New York weekly to her 33-year-old daughter, Catherine's home to care for her 8-year-old grandson. This past Wednesday morning around 4 a.m., investigators say the mother and daughter were killed in a home invasion and discovered with multiple gunshot injuries. The Burlington County Prosecutor's Office says the child's father, Junior Edwards, now faces multiple charges, including murder and for committing these violent acts while his son was home. The charges were presented to the 37-year-old yesterday while in Philadelphia police custody for a domestic incident on September 15th. Those charges are for stalking, harassment, and making terroristic threats.
Father, I ask that you would touch this family and let them know that they are not alone.
On Saturday night, the Willingboro community came together to remember Marisol and Catherine and to pray for their loved ones.
She was a great mother. She loved her son. Always was doing everything for her son. She moved out here for her son, so she's great.
Carmen Nunez is the mother and grandmother of Marisol and Catherine. And like every other family member, she's devastated over their deaths.
They're both beautiful souls, and they didn't deserve this.
The family tells me the 8-year-old child is in the custody of the state as this investigation continues. Funeral arrangements have been made for next week in Brooklyn. Dawn?
That's the news of what happened. May both Miss Catherine and Miss Marisol rest in peace. But I'm going to tell you something, man. This stuff right here is far more common. You get a dude that's just out of his mind, angry, probably controlling, bunch of silly stuff. One thing's for sure, they definitely not in charge of their own mental being. As far as the dudes, I mean, how hard is it to self-reflect? And I said the boy they got is 8 years old, supposedly. Another thing that was said in articles, if you read up on this story, guys, is that he busted in the house from the first floor. One of the windows downstairs, which are off the ground, he busts in the house with the gun out, gets them both up in the room. I don't know if he tied them up or not, but they both found dead in the same room. Shot up, right? He leaves the murder weapon at the scene, jumps out the window, the gun drops, or he dropped the gun and then took off. This guy, they said, is from Philly. I don't know if Catherine Nunez, his baby mom, lived with him at one point and he was trying to get her back, or either way, man, you get people out here nowadays, man, that just don't care where you at. They're going to act the fool and they're going to do it according to how they see fit. Guy got an 8-year-old son. That should count for something. And he should try to be an example to set for the child. Woman cared about you somewhat to have a baby by your ass. What was the situation? He had a lot that he had to work on other than trying to end the lives of 2 people that lived in a house he did not live in. Make it make sense. You can't. It's too many. Now you're starting to see just guys out here throwing emotional tantrums like it's nothing nowadays. Some of the stuff guys do, and I keep bringing this up, some of the stuff guys do, and other guys see that in the eyes of other guys, that's like weird, and they don't even catch on to this type of stuff. I done had friends or acquaintances, I don't want to call them friends, where they would say a certain thing about how the relationship was, but when nobody was around, they would act a certain way with the chick, but try to come around us and act as though they was handling stuff. I don't know what is out here right now where younger people, but not even that nowadays, just guys, period, got to act like they just in control. They handling things. They checking somebody. And a lot of times when you sit back and look at it, they ain't even got their lives in order. Looking at these 2 people, don't even look like they belong together. He look like he been running in the streets. That might have been the issue. Who knows? But I mean, you don't go to somebody's house, kill them and their mom. You didn't have a baby by that mom. And if the mom had some say, if the child was in her house, she can say it. Because in reality, the child need to be in your house. So should that woman if you was trying to build something when you enough where you put a baby in her. That's the thing. A lot of stuff that gets caught up in these type of things is at one time, both of y'all felt a certain way to have unsafe sex and have a child. So y'all both threw caution to the wind, but now one person is dead, he's gone, and said child that was brought here is being raised by somebody else, or a lot of times turned over to the state. It's a lot of irresponsibility out here with people. You know what I'm saying? You cannot go into a relationship or meet somebody with just selfish desires. That's why a lot of people can't get along in relationships nowadays, because everybody wants, and don't know what to give. A lot of times they ain't had, relationship examples of how to be. I wonder what type of house this man came from that he felt as though it was cool to shoot a mother and the mother of his child. See what I'm saying? There's certain things we know we will and won't do. Men live by certain codes. Nowadays, there ain't no codes. Men just live at the expense of killing other people. And same thing with females. We're not going to leave them out of this. But I mean, either way, this is a tragedy that could have been avoided. If you was from Philly, you could have stayed over there. You know what I'm saying? If it was that toxic where you had to pull a gun out, break up in the house, pull a gun out, and shoot people, 2 people in their own homes, women at that, maybe something wrong with you. Or you in the wrong situation. Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I wonder if the child was there. Nobody knows. They didn't say anything about it. But just thinking about that, this man put a gun in the face of not only the woman that gave birth to his child, but the woman that gave birth to the woman who gave birth to his child. Let that sink in. I'll see you in the next video. Take care.